Vegetables are very demanding to grow vegetables. You let the weeds get out of control and you're in trouble. We have a little booklet we purchased to identify the weeds in Texas. But I think it's mostly time. It's gonna take some time to learn how the weed behaves, how's the root system, how's the tissue if it's too hard. And then from there, we start coming with approaches to manage the weeds. For the small-scale garden, we use different tools. One that we have been using from the very beginning is the wheel hoe. We bought it a long time ago, but it saves a lot of time. Compared with hand weeding, you get the wheel hoe and you can do the bed in 1/3 of the time. We use it every season. We try to space our 2-row crops, so this one can go in between. And so, for example, let's use it here. You can see this bed is getting very weedy, and I could either use a hand tool or I can use the wheel hoe. And we have tested, but this one is way faster. So like I said, we always leave the space so we can use this. With that back and forth movement, I go back, get as close as I can to the drip tape. The wheel hoe will do most of the part, but then we still need to come and do some with a hand tool. We like to have different tools because there is always different scenarios. We use this as stirrup hoe, which has this blade right here. And it's very similar to the wheel hoe. This, it has a replaceable blade right here. It moves back and forth, which allows you to make short moves around the plants, back and forth. And this is the same concept because it's also the blade moves back and forth. But this one is wider, and there is even a wider size that you can buy, like 1 foot long. This is gonna be the sunflower or peaweed right here. It's already getting there. You see, we have a bed of carrots. The plants are very small. We have a lot of this weed. So what we will do here is actually remove the drip tape and go with the stirrup hoe. We like to have different types of garden hoes. For example, this one, it comes with this blade, very thin. This hoe is very light. We like to get these tools because they have a long handle. You know, I've seen some people like they're weeding like this, and then at the end of the day, their back is all worn out. So we like to get tools with long handles so we don't have to be bending down. And just be like this, you know, without bending down. And then we are moving into the more heavy duty. So depending on the weeds, depending on the stage that we are, controlling the weeds. If they're small, we can use this one, which is very light, very, very fine blade. If they're a little bigger, we have this one. We all like to have these edges, these corners very sharp, very pointy, so we can get very close to the weeds. We also have this like more heavy duty tool, and I was mentioning it's made with disc blades from tractors, old tractors, and we have been using this type of hoe for years. So we have, you can see, we have from smaller weeds to the bigger weeds, and we use it accordingly. And then we even have some very, very small ones sometimes, like if needed. This one, they call it a Cobra head. Like most of the tools, they have a very pointy part, and you can get very close to the plants. We use a flame cultivator. That one is also very helpful. I mean, we had 4 beds right there where the weeds started to come up and they started to take over. Like I said, sometimes we see it, but we don't have the time to go and take care of them because of our other commitments. But I mean, you just crank the flame weeder cultivator and one pass, and pretty much you took care of all the little weeds in there. And so this thing, the purpose is not to burn, but just to dehydrate them. You actually kind of go fast, and what's gonna happen is gonna dehydrate the cells. So if you're burning and you wait until they turn brown, you're wasting propane and you're wasting time. You need to find the right pace, so you just dehydrate them. So yeah, the type of tool you choose really makes a difference. You know, we don't want 100% control here in the garden. Just decent enough so, you know, so the plants grow, so they don't steal a lot of nutrients from the other ones. But the tolerance on the, you know, local garden we have, it's way, it's higher than the wholesale.